Hey, what's up, everyone? Um, Another impromptu vlog. I just thought, I was on my mind since I just did my first cosplay, and I wanted to make a video, kind of my thoughts on my very first time cosplaying. So, yeah, here it is. So, my I went to a con, a very small con, a local convention called Fangaea, which happens. This is the second time they've done it. It's in San Diego. This one was a little bit bigger event than the year prior. I saw some videos of the year prior, and I think they had it at like a hotel, and it was really small. But this one was at the Scottish Rite Center, which is a much bigger place. And they had more vendors, more booths, and everything. So, it's a second time, and so they're still new early on in their, in doing a convention here locally in San Diego for, and it's not just for anime. It's like it's called Fangaea because it's like a pantheon, a Pangea of all the fandoms coming together. So they had like Star Wars, they had video games, they had anime, Marvel comics, all the things that people have like a cult following for. So it was pretty cool. I would say that most of the animes or most of the cosplays were anime related, but there were a lot of Star Wars people. There was like Ren Fair people. There were what's it, steampunk kinds of stuff. So yeah, there was a mix of different types of cosplay and different types of vendors as well. So here's my thoughts. My thoughts on my first time doing cosplay, being part of the cosplay community. I'm just getting into it. I was never a part of the cosplay community. I'm brand new to it, and so I just thought that I would share kind of like an outsider's perspective, or a newbie's perspective. I want to be part of the cosplay convention or cosplay community. I'm going to be doing more cosplays throughout the year. I've already booked two conventions that I'm going to be going to in the next couple of months. And I'm gonna be cosplaying at those. So here's my thoughts. So the first thing, I'm gonna go through some of the things that I really liked about my first cosplay experience, what were positive, and then some things that I think were kind of lacking and maybe could have improved. And that could be anything from like the convention itself to my own cosplay, things like that. So the thing that I liked about the cosplay is I liked being able to see other people's cosplay, which was really cool. I'm brand new to the community, so being able to see people who have done cosplay for a while and how intricate their costumes were, how I like to really see like the over the top. I saw like a Master Chief in the full Master Chief getup. I saw people doing the Star Wars, and they like painted their skin and their face and everything. It was really cool. And so just to see how involved and how thorough people get when they do their cosplays. I've seen it on videos and stuff like that, but I've never actually seen people doing the cosplay and like seeing all the detail and everything from it. So I liked that. That was really fun. It felt like being in a fantasy world, kind of seeing all these people dressed up and stuff like that. So that was cool. I really liked that. My cosplay was a Kakashi. I did shirtless Kakashi. And I liked that people liked my cosplay. They came up to me, they complimented, "Oh, we really like your cosplay. It looks really cool." Or, "Hey, like, can I get a picture with you? I really like you. It looks really good. Did a really good job." I think the wig really made it. The cosplay really well. So that was really fun, a new experience. I've never had people like, when I'm wearing a costume, like doing a cosplay, and people like wanting to take a picture with me or wanting to take a picture of me and saying that they really liked my cosplay and stuff like that. And I did it shirtless because this is kind of where what I like about cosplay is that it kind of intersects with my bodybuilding and fitness passion. I like fitness, and I compete in bodybuilding, or I've competed once in bodybuilding in men's physique. And so this is kind of where it can coincide, because most anime heroes and protagonists and even if I do Marvel stuff, they all have that same aesthetic. It's like a bodybuilding aesthetic. So they kind of overlap, my passions for anime and my passion for bodybuilding and for fitness. So this is what I like about cosplay. That's one of the other things that I really like about it. So I like that I can do cosplays where I can show my body because I worked really hard on my fitness and disciplining myself, working out. I'd like to be able to show it off more than just at the beach. So it's cool that I can get involved in cosplay this way. And then the vendor and artist area were really cool. I got to see and meet some local artists. Let's see, the video games were fun. My kids really had a blast at the video games. The Pokemon Cafe that they had there was really cool. And then I got some good photos of myself with other cosplayers. I saw, like I mentioned before, there was a Master Chief. I got a photo with him. There was a Nezuko from Demon Slayer. I got a photo with her. And it was fun. I liked it. I liked being able to just like, hey, I know this costume. Like, can I take a picture with you and stuff like that? And it was fun. So then some things that I found a little bit lacking in terms of like the specific. Well, I mean, it's going to be a range of things, and just my personal experience at my first cosplay event. So it was a smaller event or a smaller convention. It wasn't like Anime Expo or some of these larger cons where they have like 1,000 people. I think maybe there might have been maybe a couple hundred, maybe 100 or 200 people total for both days. So it was a very small convention, very local, and it wasn't completely anime focused, right? It was there was different, there was Ren Fair people, there was Star Wars people, there was video game people. So it wasn't 100%. So I didn't get to see like a whole bunch of anime or a whole bunch of video game types of cosplay that I'd like. So that was one of the things. Not that it's a negative per se, but it's just because of the size of the con. They didn't have a lot of people, so obviously there's going to be less cosplays that I get to see. So one of the things that, just from an outsider's perspective, I wish that I had gone to a larger con. I mean, it's probably good that I went to a smaller one for my first one, but if I went to a larger one, I might have been able to see more cosplays. Maybe even, I didn't even get to see anybody from the same series as me, Naruto. And that was surprising because Naruto is really old and it's very popular. I figured there would be other people who would cosplay in the Naruto realm, but there weren't, which was interesting. But anyways, yeah, so that's number one thing that I found a little bit lacking. Two, this is another thing because of the Fangaea. It was a bigger space total. The Scottish Rite Centre is a very, very large venue, but there was only like 2 rooms. There was the vendor room, and then there was the artist room, and then they had like a stage, and then like they had like a event room where they did like, Star Wars trivia. They had I think they did some sort of like cosplay tutorial, things like that. Like they had like a room for that. I didn't get to go there, but I walked around the 2 rooms and I just kind of went back and forth, and that was kind of like, oh, there's not that much to see. So that was a little bit lacking, but that's just because it was a smaller con. But it's fine. That's not something that's inherently wrong with cosplay. And then the last thing was I didn't get as many photo requests as I thought I would. And maybe that might have been my fault because I was a little bit nervous as my first cosplay. I don't know all the rules and stuff like that. So I didn't really make a lot of eye contact with people, and I wasn't waving. And because I was wearing a I was wearing a mask, so like I like people couldn't see that I was smiling or anything underneath. Because I'm just wearing a mask, and then I have this thing like, so my whole face is mostly covered in this cosplay. So I don't know if people thought that I looked intimidating or something, but there weren't a lot. I felt like there were more people that wanted to take pictures with me, but I guess they didn't know, or they didn't think that I'd be approachable or something like that. And maybe I need to do a better job, especially if I'm going to be covering my entire face. You can't see my facial expressions. I should probably make more of an effort to like wave or make eye contact with people more. That way I have these like physical cues that allow me to be more approachable. And then some things that I learned from my first cosplay, and things that I will be incorporating in my next cosplay. The one thing that I just mentioned now is be more approachable, wave more, especially if I'm covering my face and you can't see. My next cosplay that I'm planning to do is Inosuke, and my whole head's going to be covered by a pig head. So I can't rely on smiles or facial expressions because my entire face is going to be covered. So I'm going to have to be more intentional about, being more physically approachable, like waving, you know, I mean, they won't even be able to see my eyes because I'm going to be wearing a boar mask. So I'm going to have to like look around and be more obvious that I'm, you know, I'm okay to approach. And then, yeah, like the other thing that I learned is that specifically for my cosplay, my Kakashi cosplay, my mask kept falling off my face and I had to keep pushing it up, but it would just keep falling off my face, and it was really bothering me. So I don't know what to do about that. I was thinking of maybe putting some glue on my skin and put tape. I don't know what to do. I mean, you can comment down below if you're a cosplayer and you've done like a ninja mask before. You can give me some ideas. I have no idea what to do about that problem. I mean, I know I've watched some tutorials about people saying that as soon as you put on your cosplay, as soon as you leave your house, it starts falling apart, and that's what I experienced as well. Like the tape that I had for my legs, the bandages or whatever that they have, like they kept falling down, they kept coming apart. I had to glue some pieces of it. So yeah, if you have any ideas that I could use to try to keep my stuff held together, like what kind of things that you use glue, do you use some sort of skin glue or for the mask, or what do you do with the tape? Do you use a different type of material, maybe like an elastic band would be better? I don't know. But yeah, like if you can give me some ideas, that'd be great. I'd really appreciate that. And then this is more of like a bodybuilding, because I was shirtless, I felt I was getting a little bit flat in the middle of the convention. So as I was cosplaying, you know, I tried to treat it kind of like a bodybuilding show, where I ate a high carb meal in the morning with lots of sugar. I didn't do a sodium manipulation because I didn't think that was necessary, or dehydration. So I just ate a bunch of cookies in the morning, and I had like, you know, like some bread and stuff like that. But then midway through the convention, I was like looking at myself. I was like, I think I feel a little bit flat. And Gloria was next to me and she goes, yeah, you look a little bit flat. Maybe you should go pump up. So I had to go pump in the bathroom, like do a bunch of push-ups, and then I ate some Pocky sticks that I bought there, just to try to get the glycogen in my muscles. But I think next time I'm gonna maybe bring like some sodium with me, like a Gatorade, and maybe just some snacks, like some gummy worms or something like that, just so that I can keep the glycogen in my muscles longer, because I did start looking a little bit flat. And you can't just like, you know, you're at a convention, it's kind of awkward just to like get down and just do a bunch of push-ups just to pump up for every picture. So yeah, that's something that I'm gonna incorporate next time when I do my next cosplay. And yeah, and then the other thing is, like, I think one of the things that I wanted to see more. I wish I had got to see more cosplays. But I think that might have been because we came too early. We were so excited about the event. We came right when they opened at 11. And there weren't that many people there right when they opened. But, you know, my friend who does a lot of cosplay, him and his friends came like when we were leaving, because we were there for 4 hours by the time they got there. So I think maybe if I spaced it out, and or maybe if I just got to the convention later, not like right when they opened, but maybe be fashionably late and get there around 1 or 2 instead of 11 right when they open. I mean, that's for like a smaller con. I think maybe for a medium to a large size con, I'd probably get there pretty early, because I'm gonna want to have time to walk around and see everything and see all the performances, and, you know, see all the cosplayers and go through a couple of loops. At a bigger place like Anime Expo and stuff like that, I'll probably get there early. But at the smaller to medium cons, I'll probably try to arrive a little bit later in the day so that I can kind of get there when all the other cosplayers are getting there too. So yeah, that's my thoughts on my first cosplay at Fangaea in San Diego. I thought it was really fun. I think they're doing a great job. I'm glad. I'm really thankful to the organizers who put it on. Fangaea, you know, it's the second time they've done it. I think it's great. It's growing. I'm probably gonna go next year if they have it again. So, yep. Thanks.